dry. Do you know I'm looking? And I can't help but smile. Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song.
Hello, friends and enemies. Welcome to the vlog that moves. The 2-week vlog, kind of. So I didn't really film a lot last week at all. So you got some B-roll at the intro. You saw my new planner and some other stuff, but I'm here. Because of the Goodreads challenge video, which you hopefully have already watched if you're watching this week's vlog, I kind of just like took the last week off-ish to rest and read some other things. / finish the last few books for that. Pieces have, hold on. Oh, she's having a moment, okay? She's like, Mother, love me. But it's Saturday. It is the 11th, Saturday the 11th. And I wanted to come intro this and say hello and how are y'all? I wanted to talk about a book I finished last night. I saw it this morning. Okay, so I finished a book that I am up freaking obsessed with. It is 100% the book I'm buying this month for my favorite reads. I don't know that one will beat it, so there's that. I finished the A Soul to Keep, which is a buddy read with Shay over at Shay Geeks Out, and we are very excited to buddy read the next 2 books in this series starting in March and May will be the months we do that. But I freaking loved this. This book surprised me so much, and I wish I would have updated y'all more while I was reading it, but I did like update a little bit at the end of the last vlog. So we finished it up. I literally fell asleep on the couch last night and had like 10 minutes left in the book. I was so mad at myself. It's fine though. If I gotta sleep, I gotta sleep, you know? Please stop. So I finished that last night, and I'm just obsessed. Like, this for me was like nearly a perfect monster romance. Also, the fact that her inspiration came from 2 things that I really like. So one is the Ancient Magus Bride, and the other was Demon Slayer, and I love both of these things a lot. I've not finished Ancient Magus Bride, but that's partially because I know I'm going to be obsessed with it, so I've just like put it off. But now I'm like, this week during Manga Love, I think I'm going to be reading a lot of it. Well, watching it. I only have 3 volumes to read, so I might read all 3. We'll see. Either way, I loved this book. I think if you're looking for a cinnamon roll hero kind of monster who's trying to find his humanity and a heroine who's determined to survive and figure it out, this is it. It's so long, but it is so good. And it was worth every single page. I never felt like it was too long as I was reading it, so that was an absolute joy, and I'm so thrilled I read it. But hold on. Okay, so the other thing I'm reading is Real by Kennedy Ryan Forward Podcast. So after you all have seen this, it will have been live, but you can go back and rewatch it. Bethany and I are reading Real this month, and we are discussing it, and I am only a little bit in. I'm not super far. I actually don't know how far I am. Okay, so she just got the diagnosis in Real, and I'm really curious to see how this is going to play out. I'm really just curious about their dynamic already and them as a couple. I'm very excited. I cannot wait to read more, and I will update you all when I do. But I will see you in the morning probably after I've read something this evening in bed.
And we just sing along, and I can't help but feeling just loving.
Happy Sunday. I am reading Real because I have a podcast tomorrow about it, and in typical me fashion, I read the thing last minute. Anyways, I am listening to the audiobook, which I'm gonna say this is one I highly recommend the audiobook for. I don't think it's badly written or anything like that, but I think the production on this audiobook is immaculate. There is singing on the audiobook. There's multiple voice actors, and it's just really, really good. So I literally have 2 hours and 32 minutes left, and I'm loving this book. I cannot wait to see where it goes. I think one of the things that's standing out to me the most is the tension build we've had between Neva and Canon. Canon like is attracted to her and she's attracted to him, but they're like kind of dancing around it some because she has been cast in his newest movie. That's a historical biopic about a black person who paved the way in Hollywood. And this story, he doesn't want damaged by them hooking up. And I just think it's amazing that there's that much like discussion about the power dynamic potentials here, especially because it's her first movie ever. So like he really, really does not want to damage her reputation. Yeah, I'm just really loving that. And our main character, Neva, she has lupus. So that's been somewhat of a discussion, but not too in depth. I don't know a ton about lupus, but I just think it's really interesting to have a book with lupus representation. And knowing Kennedy and how much she researches her books, I think it's really just nice to have it here with her, knowing that she did a lot of research and all that. But so far, I'm really enjoying that. I'm loving both our characters. I'm really invested. I pretty much don't want to put the book down. I do think the reason she ran away from home, kind of, we'll call it not quite running away, but somewhat running away from home, is really interesting. And it's already been like somewhat confronted 50% through the book, which was really interesting. I wasn't expecting that, to be honest with you. I figured it would take a while, but no, we're here, and it's so good. It is so good. It is like every other Kennedy Ryan book, honestly. I just love her books. I love how she tells stories. I love that we are intertwining this romance that feels very central to the plot, but also we have the fact that we're getting the side/backstory plot for Desi, and the way this is all intertwined, it includes like family drama and other elements. Perfect. I also am loving the matchmakers that he's friends with basically on set, like the people he hires all the time that are his friends, but are also good at their jobs, trying to matchmake him and Nevia is adorable. But yeah, all right, I'm gonna go keep listening because that's all I want to do. So I'll be back.
Forever, I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would?
Hi, happy Monday. It is February 13th. I finished Reel this morning for a podcast. I will link to our discussion down below for y'all if you're curious. And then we had a fun time talking Valentine's Day for the bonus content for members of the podcast. So if you're curious, feel free to check it out. I love to Reel. I cried on the couch this morning. So the first book to make me cry in 2023. There's that. Am I hormonal? Maybe, but that's fine. That's fine. Either way, I finished that and I really liked it. And now I decided, since I already cried once today, I'll just start the next Shauna McGuire, which is Lost in the Moment and Found. Okay, so some quick content warnings for Lost in the Moment is that there is grooming and child witnessing the death of a parent and death of a parent. So far, that's what I've got. I'm not very far, but I figured, like I said, I bawled my eyes out during Reel, so I thought we'll just continue the pain train over here and just read the next book I know that's going to make me cry. So Reel, though, 6-star. It's an all-time favorite, easily. I loved, as someone who's been in a relationship for a long time, like we've been married for 12 years, we've been together for 14. I think there's power in seeing relationships on page that endure a lot of trials and tribulations, especially when we know statistics around men leaving women when they're ill and things like that. So I really loved this. I honestly continue to adore Kennedy Ryan. I gotta figure out which one I read next, because I think I'd like to read at least 2 or 3 more this year, but again, I can only read so many Kennedy Ryans in a year because I have to be in the right space for them, and they're hard, they're heavy. I usually cry during every Kennedy Ryan I read. So that's just not like my favorite thing to do in books, but yeah, 6-star, definitely a favorite. I am doing some productivity sprints with Shay right now, just me and her hanging out. So I am going to sit down and read a manga probably for the first sprint, because I would like to make sure I'm reading some manga this month for Manga Love. And I do need to get started on my pages for the Scum Villain book as well. So yeah, I'm going to do one of those 2 things and have a little snack. So I will be back to talk to you soon. And I'm going to go change out of this also, because I want to be in an oversized sweatshirt right now really badly, and just kind of comfy on my couch. So I'll talk to y'all soon. Okay, so we've had dinner. I've read a lot since I last updated you. So I finished Outbride Volume 3. I'm giving it 5 stars. This is my personal favorite, but not the one I would recommend to the most people, because it is a why choose romance situation and definitely borders on the less consensual side. But Volume 3 was really, really good. I don't want to tell you what happens, but if you're reading it, you know. Yeah, that was really good. I'm really curious to see where we're going. There's a character that I really want to know their motivation really badly. I need to know more. And I'm assuming we won't get that probably for a few more volumes, but I'm waiting for it. I also read Yakuza Fiancé Volume 2, which is quickly becoming a favorite because I think the way this mixes a thrillery suspense plotline with romance, kind of dark romance vibes, works really well for me, and I'm really excited to see where this goes. I think this is also quickly becoming another favorite. I'm really glad I have this to read as like Something's Wrong with Us wraps up, because it kind of gives me a similar feel in that spot. It's different, but I do think there's a lot of parallels. Also much, in some ways, darker than Something's Wrong with Us, to be honest with you. So that's also an interesting part of this. And then I finished Lost in the Moment and Found by Shauna McGuire, and I cried a little. That was a hard one. All the content warnings here for child abuse potentials and CP stuff is talked about at the end, and just general things. This one was just like, I think the beginning of it was so hard to read because we got to witness what it means to have your child think secrets are okay. And though I don't have children, it still hit really hard because so many people have been affected by this thing, by this, not just this thing, by this, like, but have been affected by this. And I just thought this was like a really lovely story. I'm obsessed with the Wayward Children series like everyone else. So unsurprisingly, this was also a 5-star read, and I really enjoyed it. So I can't wait to see where we go in book 9. But yeah, I really appreciated this one. Really loved it. I'll never stop reading these. Like, I don't know a time when I'll stop. But on that note, I'm also listening to, From a Certain Point of View, Star Wars. I am finishing up a chapter right now that is pretty long. It's like an hour, the short story. So I'm working on that. I'm 60% through it. I'm hoping to finish this up this week. I don't know if I will or not. I would like to honestly finish it up in the next day or two, because I just would like to return it and be done with it. I'm enjoying these. I just think it's one of those things where like I just really struggle with short story collections personally, and this one is very long. So it is taking me extra long to read. I kind of just read one and dip back and forth. So I'm going to go listen to that, and I will be back to talk to y'all in a little bit. Good morning. It is the February 15th. It is the day after Valentine's Day. I didn't really update y'all much last night because I honestly, I'm putting the mills out. Not a lot to update on from yesterday. Once Grumps got home from work, we just kind of hung out, watched the Harley Quinn Valentine's Day special, which was really nice. It is like 11 in the morning, and I need to actually get on with my day. So I'm about to get dressed, and I'm about to go Valentine's Day clearance shopping. Because 1, there's a kind of chocolate I want, and I want it on sale because I'm cheap. 2, I think Walmart has some like cute blankies on sale, and Miss Millie loves blankets. So I'd like to pick up a couple more blankets for her for cheap that are a little nicer than those like $3 fleecy ones they have at Walmart. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go pick up sushi at Kroger, I think, for lunch. And I need to pick an audiobook for today, and I don't know what I want to listen to. So I do still have Star Wars to finish. So I may focus on that for most of the morning / early afternoon, and then pick something different out. Because I have so many things in from the library right now that I haven't started. So I'm debating that, but I'm also frustrated because like kind of what I want to read is a HarperCollins title, and we're still awaiting final mediation to happen as of filming. So I don't know. I might start on Unmask Alice, which is a nonfiction, or The Brightest Star in Paris by Diana Biller, because I did really enjoy her first book, and I need to read that one, and it is an arc, so it would count for my Read What You Want challenge. So we'll figure it out here. And yeah, I'm really just excited for today. I'm also watching everyone on my big TV. I'm finishing up all of the winners, the Goodreads choice videos that we all did. I'm about halfway through because it's going to take me a hot minute to get through everyone's, but I'm so freaking excited. Also, my hair is a disaster this morning. It's fine. I ran a brush through it, but does that matter? No, not really. Vlogs are transparency of life, you know, it's fine. But yeah, I have Monet on right now and I'm so excited. And I feel so bad because everyone in our group chat has been like, I'm sorry, Monet. And then I know Bree's video, Locked Beautician, is probably gonna make me cry. So there's that. But yeah, I'm really excited. So I'm gonna go run these errands, get some sushi, come home, and watch the rest of these videos while I get some stuff done around the house. And then I have to film, today's a filming day. I do have to film Thursday and Sunday's video if possible. So I'm gonna work on that.
Can we stay here forever? Forever. Forever. Forever.
Hello. It is 9:51. You may hear my partner snoring on the couch. I've not woken them up yet to come to bed because I needed to update y'all. I feel like I am either reading all the things or reading nothing right now, which is it's a weird feeling. So I finished 3 things today, and I want to tell you about them real quick while I get the bed cleared from the laundry I folded. So I finished From a Certain Point of View, the first one, and I really liked it. This did take me a while. I'm really slow at short story collections though, so I'm not surprised it took me a hot minute, but I did enjoy it. I thought it was really fun. I thought it was well worth my time, and I'm giving it a 4. I don't know that I feel any particular, I've got to like go through my dresser and actually put clothes away, but that's fine. I don't know that any particular part felt particularly like a favorite. I feel like all of the short stories were solid though, and it was an enjoyable listen. I'm a little mad at myself I took so long to read it, but it's okay. It happens. Let's get that put up. The next thing I finished was Apothecary Diaries Volume 2 and 3. And I need to read some volume 1s for that vlog. So I won't be continuing Apothecary Diaries yet. And I have another little like mini surprise vlog I'm dropping. Hopefully in February. As soon as I read them, basically it'll come out on a Saturday. But I would like to read that series first. So I'm kind of going to reward myself with more Apothecary. I have through volume 7 right now, and I think that's all that's out. Or 6 or 7, I'm not sure which. But anyways, I own everything that's out so far. So I'm very excited to read more of it, and I'm excited to see where that storyline goes. But yeah, 5 stars for both of these. I think if you want a historical setting with a girl who's an apothecary basically and like manages to help save some of the courtesans and ends up in the inner court, this is actually a seinen, but it does have some like, there's some romantic underplottings happening. So I'm gonna brush my teeth and lay down, but I'm gonna pick up Cupid's Peak, which I started a little bit last night and then fell asleep. I don't have a lot of thoughts, but I'm hoping to finish it tonight and update you in the morning. So we'll make coffee in the morning and chat about what I read tonight before bed, because I need to read some of my KU books, and this is one that I checked out this month and was like, you have to read it quickly or else you have to return it. So I'm going to finish it today and then talk to y'all about it then. Yeah, and then I found a new I found a new Alien series I want to read, so I need to get through some of my KU books so I can read that Alien series, but I will talk to y'all soon.
Looking, with you everything is complete. Do you know how much I love you?
Good morning. I just filmed my video for Thursday. It's 11:30. It normally would have been up 30 minutes ago, but whatever. Life is life. It's fine. There's a lot going on. I had to get myself together a moment ago. Got my coffee though. I have a Peas under me and a Millie. I'll show you. I'll show some B-roll of the two of them being just adorable. But yeah, I wanted to update you because I read some stuff last night in bed. So I did read and finish Cupid's Peak by Lee Jacott right here. And I loved this book. She's so loud. I'm sorry. I forgot about this. Like, not having Angus for so long, I've somewhat forgotten how loud my snuffly breeds are. And Peas is moderately quiet of a cat, you know? So I finished Cupid's Peak. This is a second chance romance between two people who had crushes on each other in high school and never acted on it. So good. This, trope-wise, would be second chance romance, I feel like, and I guess slightly celebrity, hockey, and what would be the other one? Oh, voyeurism. That's the word. I was like, I forgot the word already. Voyeurism. So this follows Mia, who tutored at this guy, Eli, in high school, and they would talk about like 80s movies together and stuff like that in the halls. They had like my least favorite movie. I hate E.T., y'all. I hate E.T. They would like do the E.T. thing. Ugh. That's cute, but I still hate E.T. So they would do that in the halls and stuff, and that was like their little thing. So her sister, her twin sister, runs into Eli and sets them up on a blind date. Like, he knows it's her, but she does not know it's him. So she heads up to the top of the mountain of a ski lodge thing, and there's like a storm coming in, so they get stranded. Oh, that's who, stranded together / forced proximity, I guess. So yeah, they get stranded on the mountain because of the storm, and they have their dinner, and it's really cute and romantic. There's a nice little voyeurism moment at the dinner, of course. He gets her off under the table, and that was very fun. And then they move up to the honeymoon suite, and it is just marathon sex and like really good communication. It was perfect. Like, I haven't read many. There's some novellas that I feel like, you know, just they capture everything. This is one of them. It captured all of it. So absolutely love this. 5 stars. I started Sugar Sugar by Lady Marie. I'm not very far in it. It's pretty short, so I will finish that up this morning or afternoon and talk to you about it in a little bit, but I need to go because my battery's dying.
On just to wake you up when I dance around.
It is Friday night. Valentine's Day. I fell and I hurt my leg really badly. I'm okay. I'm just very bruised, and all day today I have just not felt good, and that bruise is like coming up finally. So there's been a lot of pain. So not a lot has been going on today. I haven't really done much reading. I did though, listen to a good chunk of Wishful Thinking by Celeste Martin. And I'll tell you, I'm currently 15% in, and I'm really enjoying this so far. I did get an arc of this, but I picked up the audio from the library, and honestly, really cute. Really, really cute so far. I'm really enjoying it, and I think it has been just really fun. So this is a witch and a merman romance, and it sounds like it's like kind of a chance at first love, first crush again situation, because her crush from high school kind of moves back and they're reconnecting. But yeah, they're about to cast a spell to make a bunch of wishes, all of the grandkids. So that'll be really interesting. I'm curious to see how it plays out. So I might keep listening to that. And I will be back to talk to you in a little bit when I've read a little more. Hello. It's Saturday evening. I just filmed Sunday's video. I thought I'd update you. I'm up here with Peas right now. We left Miss Millie with her dad while I filmed. I'm about to go downstairs, but he's playing video games, so it's loud down there. But I wanted to update you real quick. I did just read 2 volumes of manga up here because I was like, I really want to read this. So immediately just devoured 2 volumes that I've already shelved. But I'll just put the pictures up. I read Vampire Dormitory 2 and 3. Full thoughts on volume 1 are coming to you in a volume 1 vlog very soon. Probably early March. I've got a lot to read, so I had to get through them. But I liked enough that I continued, and I really enjoyed these volumes, and I'm glad I went ahead and read them. I'm excited when my book buying ban's over and I can buy some more volumes of this. This is definitely one I see myself picking up to current. I think when I googled a minute ago, June is like volume 10, so they're only up to like 10 or 11 in Japan right now, so we got time. Like, I'm not in a big rush to like get through it, but it's definitely high on the like read soon list. Otherwise, I am trying to decide what else I want to read. So my audios right now, I have Queen Takes Rose by Katie Robert, and I have Wishful Thinking going. I'm going to finish hopefully those 2 tomorrow, if not at least 1 tomorrow. And then I have nothing on my Kindle right now since I finished Sugar Sugar. This one, since I finished that one, I don't have anything on my Kindle and I can't decide. So I had my members like give me options. Shay wants me to read I Married a Naga, so that might be what I pick, but I also have that like Odette Stone hockey romance, and I'm kind of like, I have this thing right now, I kind of want to read hockey romances, so I'm tempted. I'm tempted. We'll see though. I am going to decide what I want to read this evening, go watch this off. Just, I don't have a ton of makeup on, but I just want to get it off before I go to bed, and edit my video for tomorrow while he plays video games. I also like really want to read through volume 7 of Apothecary Diaries, because we don't get volume 8 until June, so if I can get caught up and through these, I would be in great shape. I'm just, you know, like I'm overwhelmed. I want to read all the things right now, so there's that. All right, I'm gonna go downstairs and get my water, I'm thirsty, and get ready for bed, edit, and then we have to be in bed at a decent time because we do have to get up early tomorrow. We're going to see Ant-Man Quantum Mania, and I'm really excited. What's not to be excited about? Y'all know I'm a geek, Marvel nerd. I love it. I love my Marvel movies. So yeah, in the morning I will update y'all after the movie and let you know what I thought of it, and tell you what I read tonight if I don't update you again. Peas and I are gonna go see what the rest of the fam's doing downstairs. Hi vlog. I'm here to close this out because I realized that I need to do that now so I can edit this. How are y'all? It's a Monday afternoon. I just filmed Tuesday's video. I've got to get ahead again this week. I'm so behind in everything. It's fine. I'm either ahead or behind. I have like no in between. But if I get this done and I get, you know, it up, all the things, it'll go up for members early probably. But yeah, so reading. I read a little bit more of Queen Takes Rose last night, and I'm 45% in as of this morning. I'm really enjoying this Malone and Aurora romance. We're getting a lot about Sabine Valley, which is sad because I know that series is on hold indefinitely from Katie Robert, and that's just like, it's a little sad. Like, it just makes me sad. You know, it's fine. It's fine. I will survive. But I did that. I didn't really read much more Wishful Thinking yesterday, and I honestly picked up my Kindle and looked at a couple things and didn't start a single thing. So I'm sure I'll read more next week / the next week's vlog. But yeah, I mostly just kind of had a very calm Sunday. I've not been feeling great, so I tried to take it easy and not stress myself out too much. But that was this week's vlog. That was all my reading. If you enjoyed the vlog, feel free to let me know if you read anything you loved in the last week. And if you don't want to do that, you can leave me like a cloud emoji because it's so overcast and cloudy that I just want to go take a nap. That's all I want to do, but I can't. It's fine. It's fine. All right. Yeah, so go ahead and do that. I'll have links to all the books down there, as well as links to be my friend, all the things, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.
Already packing, come with me. I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away.